fans to Full Access, the world's only video magazine featuring NASCAR Winston Cup racing. In this issue, you'll see Rusty Wallace as he explains how he handles the track at Charlotte. Tony Stewart speaks out on the rookie experience. Race veteran Darrell Waltrip reflects on his shining career. Ex-New York Giant linebacker Harry Carson discovers his newfound NASCAR passion. We get up close with the lovely but fierce female drag racer Angel Seeley. And infield favorite Dean Hall gives a well-received rock concert and a first-class tour of the infield lifestyle. All this and more, so pull up a chair and get ready for Full Access.
This is a sport where the work of weeks and months is measured in hundredths of a second. This is a sport where glory and fortune can all come down to a gallon of gas. This is a sport where fans buy seats they never sit in, and they couldn't be happier about it. This is a sport that truly revolves around its fans. In fact, the drivers even go door to door to get the fans to come to the track. This is NASCAR.
And that ain't no bull.
Ladies and gentlemen, infield favorite Dean Hall.
I'll tell you what, folks, now don't forget, between 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to be out driving around, hanging out with a film crew. You guys are going to have a chance to be on TV. We're just going to be coming by, stopping by your campers, see what's going on, see what you're cooking, see what you're eating, see what you're drinking. Somebody said they were cooking some gumbo tomorrow. Now, who was that? I'm going to be coming. All right, folks, we're going up top here to check this out. We got some stairs and a generator. If we fall, we could get severely hurt, but you guys are on your own. Here we go. Of course, you got your plastic tube railing. You're pretty much over the edge there. What's your favorite driver?
Mark Martin.
Mark Martin.
Earnhardt.
Mark Martin. Mark Martin. All right. What about you?
Well, that's Earnhardt, but these two is going over. Keep the camera rolling.
They're going on over the edge. Okay, that's why I thought you had the breakaway tubing there. This is awfully just for looking at cars, I'm sure, right, guys? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, why on earth would you guys bring a jacuzzi all the way out of?
We bring a jacuzzi because.
How many races do you bring a jacuzzi? How many races you guys go to?
Race we go to.
Now, I notice it's just you and about maybe 8 or 10 beautiful women. Now, how did you arrange that? Is that because of the jacuzzi?
Maybe.
Who are you rooting for? Who's your favorite driver?
Bill Elliott. No, I'm an Earnhardt fan.
You're an Earnhardt fan, okay. And you guys can get along at family reunions okay together because it's your Bill Elliott fan?
Keep our mouth shut.
Oh, is that the trick? You get farther over that way, and that's where we're playing music loud at night too.
I know. I come down and listen to you.
Oh, do you? Well, bless your heart. Let's see what we got here. We got Christmas #3 lights. Where'd you guys get those?
James's wife got him something.
Where'd you get those?
Me?
That's a wife.
Oh, that's not your wife. Maybe this shouldn't be on. Maybe this shouldn't be on TV. I don't know. Do these guys ever get mad at you and yell Skinner right in the middle of your show? Does that happen to you?
Yeah, they do that all the time.
That sounds familiar. I heard there was somebody with a golf course out here somewhere. We got to find this golf course.
I'm a Cajun girl. I was born and raised on the bayou. And they talk like that and talk like this. My goal is to catch about a 5 or 6 foot alligator, tape his mouth shut, and maybe sit on top of him holding him. Just something to really intimidate the guys I race against. My name is Angel Monique Seeling, and I'm a professional NHRA Winston motorcycle drag racer. Speed, the thrill, the excitement, the whole 7 seconds that I get to ride that Suzuki down the track at 188 miles an hour is the best thing I've ever done. 15 minutes before I actually get out on the track and make a run, I distance myself from fans and media and even my team. Relax, try to slow my breath rate and my heart rate down if there's anything exciting me, and I start making mental runs of what I'm about to do. I call it getting in the zone. I go through the whole thing and I practice in my mind, and I try to do at least 5 or 10 runs before I get out on the motorcycle and do one. There's nothing as exciting as going from 0 to 60 in 1 second, 100 miles an hour in only 2 seconds, feeling 3 Gs off the starting line, reaching the quarter-mile finish line in 7.2 seconds at 190 miles an hour. That's just absolutely the best. Hell yeah. I don't really know why I want to win so bad, but I mean, I want to win so bad that just talking about it right now makes me want to cry. I mean, this is probably stupid. Everybody thinks I cry, you know, for everything, but really, I want to win so bad. I'm just consumed with it. I don't know anything other than winning, and I guess one thing that I want people to understand is that my family never told me I had to. No one ever told me you have to win. I was just born with it. I guess it's a gift from God, and sometimes I don't even know if it's good or bad to be so competitive, but I know that because I feel this way and my team feels this way is why we're leading the points right now. We kicked ass.
I don't know. Would you just go ask for directions?
Okay, I'll be right back. Hey, could you tell me how to get to the highway?
Race fan, huh?
Yeah?
Did you check out the race on Sunday?
Of course, I was there. Hey, have you ever been to Daytona?
Every year.
Yeah, me too.
Talladega?
Oh, I love it when they go 3 wide.
Definitely. Bristol.
Oh, Bristol rocks!
Yeah, I'd love one.
So what are you doing?
Just getting directions.
No additives in our tobacco does not mean a safer cigarette. Surgeon General's warning: quitting smoking now greatly reduces serious risks to your health.
Let's take a tour of the world-famous Petty Racing School. The Petty Racing School is the introduction to NASCAR, where everyday folks get behind the wheel of a powerful racing machine and burn a few laps on an actual speedway. It's the ultimate power trip.
The engine consists of a 350 cubic inch domestic style engine. This one right here happens to be a GM. They're purpose-built race engines, and they make about 600 horsepower.
Here at Charlotte, we run 165 miles an hour, and we put someone in the passenger side of the race car and basically give them a nice scenic tour.
It's just absolutely exhilarating, an adrenaline rush.
For those students that want to do more, we move up to what we call a Winston experience, and it's 16 laps. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a little side-by-side action. And it's pretty critical that you pay attention to this because we can make a big mess in a real hurry.
My wife says I'm a 57-year-old kid just had a lot of fun.
Awesome. 43.59 the last lap. 43.48. It's improving.
I present you with the fastest top speed certificate here, 152.8 miles an hour. Congratulations, man.
I guess if I had to come up with the best story yet, I had a lady one time who happened to be in the passenger side of the race car with me going for a ride, and after the ride she told me it was better than sex.
Family Portraits, where NASCAR is measured by generations, not speed. Buddy Parrott's 20-year career as a crew chief includes working for Darrell Waltrip, Buddy Baker, Johnny Rutherford, Richard Petty, and Rusty Wallace. He's now the general manager of Roush Racing, sending 4, sometimes 5 driving teams out onto the track every week. Now he finds himself competing with his 2 sons, Todd and Brad Parrott, who led driver Dale Jarrett to his first Winston Cup championship. You could say it's all in the blood.
You told me when I was a kid, you said no money would ever come out of your pocket for me to drive a race car.
Well, that's because... Well,
you didn't have no money then.
You forget, you didn't see me working up at McDonald's, did you?
No, because you never did.
I actually did that, too, for a night job, so I could keep you guys in diapers.
You ate there a lot, didn't you?
Well, listen, you guys, your careers and everything, y'all had a lot of help. From Raymond Beadle's team to with Rusty Wallace and Tim Richmond, he's gone, but...
Bobby Allison taught me a lot.
Yeah. Y'all got a good education from...
University of NASCAR.
That's right, University of NASCAR. And but Bill Franson family has provided a great place for the Parrott family over the years, and I would hope that through your mother's genes and for my situation was that the competitive spirit that I've always had, it's in you and it's in you, Brad, and y'all will go on and do great things, you know. Okay?
Be just as great as you someday.
Or better.
Track Pass, where strategy is king. Lowe's Motor Speedway is one of the fastest tracks on earth, setting the standard for the industry. It's a 1.5 classic quad oval with 24-degree banks. Drivers ride high and slingshot themselves into the straightaways at 185 miles per hour. The elevations change, so a driver must constantly adjust his strategy. Rusty Wallace shows us how he would attack this monster in Charlotte.
Hi, I'm Rusty Wallace, driver of the Miller Lite Ford Taurus. Getting around Charlotte Motor Speedway is one tough act. It really is. The track has got a lot of different elevation changes in it. The toughest thing we got to deal with is the setup. You know, the springs, the shocks, and everything we run at Charlotte Motor Speedway are completely different than we run like at a short track or Daytona or Talladega and things like that. I tell you what, let's roll this tape and we'll take a look at it. Now this car here looks like it's doing a pretty good job. It's up against the wall going into turn 1 just the way I would do it. He's on the bottom of the track. He's keeping real low. And as he's exiting turn 2, he's letting the front end run out to the wall. All the way down the straightaway. He's staying against the wall real nice and tight right now. Turn 3 is going to be coming up. This is where you got to let it stay high, then bring it down low like he just did. I got to tell you, this guy's kind of driving like I would. Now he's letting it drift up. He's against turn 4. He's aiming towards the very bottom of the racetrack again, and here comes the start-finish line. Just the way you do it. I got to tell you, I think I'd have to hire this guy. Anytime you get around Charlotte like that, you can rest assured you're probably going to do pretty good at Charlotte. Remembering, though, it's one of the toughest racetracks we run.
NASCAR stories are legendary, just like the drivers who tell them. Here's Buddy Baker.
I wanted Buddy to tell about his crash at, I think it was Smoky Mountain Speedway. Since we're
Don Namath's place.
Great story.
That thing's been in every newspaper and just about everything, but it actually happened. I blew a right front tire at the old Smoky Mountain Raceway. Went head on into the wall, and I broke about 4 or 5 ribs on the right-hand side there. And they sent a guy out there. First off, he got me by the head and tried to take me out of the car. And then they brought this little gurney out there, and they had an old Pontiac ambulance there. And this guy finally gets some help, and they get me on there. Well, they put the straps on me, And they put me up in the back of that thing, and here goes this ambulance, wadding around the corner, and I go, golly, I don't think I run this fast tonight. So down to the back straightaway, he stops like so. And about that time, this guy hit the accelerator, the back door flew open. I shoot out in front. They hadn't put a red flag out, so people are coming out of the pit. And I'm going round and round down the racetrack like that. And I see these cars going whoo, whoo, whoo on both sides, and I went, I got to do something, I got to do something. And I got one arm out of the straps like that, and I started doing like that. Well, I went down, hit in the red mud on the inside of the racetrack, and this gurney goes end over end down there. And the little guy come up there and he said, are you hurt? And I said, no, I'm dead. All you got to do is just cover me up here.
Year in the life, 12 months devoted to one of NASCAR's greats. Tony Stewart, the three-time Indy Championship winner and the 1999 NASCAR Winston Cup Rookie of the Year. Tony Stewart is blowing away the record books. We caught up with him in October of '99, and he'd already racked up his first win, 10 top 5 and 18 top 10 finishes. So where did our cameras find the hottest driver on the circuit today? In Charlotte, building a home for Habitat for Humanity.
I'm out here today trying to help Home Depot with their Habitat for Humanity program. It's a great opportunity for myself and Joe Gibbs and all the guys at Joe Gibbs Racing to give something back to the community. So we're helping a family realize their dream, and we're changing people's lives today. To become a successful race car driver, it's just like climbing a corporate ladder. You have to start at the bottom floor and work your way up, and every time that you work your way up to a different floor and into a new division of racing, you have to prove yourself, and once you prove yourself in that division, then you move up, and that's what's led me to the NASCAR Winston Cup Series now. No, it's actually, you worry when you get into the Winston Cup Series that the drivers are going to be rough with you and kind of initiate you in your rookie season, but that's the one variable this year that hasn't happened, and it's been very enjoyable to have the support of your peers and the guys that you race with every week, and to know that you have to be around them 34 weekends a year. The support they've given me and the help that they've given me, it's been kind of refreshing. I mean, there was such a sigh of relief and a weight off our shoulders that we didn't have to answer to anybody, when are you going to win your first race? We've got it out of the way now. But, from the other standpoint, it's a sigh of relief that you've won, but there's that burning desire inside that says there's another race next weekend. I want to feel this way again next week. So you never stop pursuing that dream of winning each weekend.
Everybody stay calm. If this bus goes below 60 miles an hour, we are all in big, big trouble. You have got to stay over 60. Do whatever it takes. Everybody relax. I need somebody to drive. I'll drive.
The Maglite flashlight, American-made, to be brighter, tougher, more dependable. The Maglite is a work of art that works. A Maglite flashlight is the brilliant gift idea for any occasion.
Viewpoint, where rookie fans describe their first experience at NASCAR. As a linebacker for the New York Giants, Harry Carson used to knock heads with the best of them. Come along with us as this new fan of NASCAR tells us what he thinks of trading paint on race cars instead of football helmets.
Recently, I had the opportunity to see a race, and it was really the thrill of a lifetime. Prior to a game, you have butterflies in your stomach, and you don't really know what to expect, and you have that nervous energy. I've experienced that every time I've stepped on a football field. When I watch the NASCAR Winston Cup teams perform, I see the same thing. You know, those guys are nervous, they're uptight, they don't know what's going to happen during the course of the race. The most intensity that I see and that I feel personally is when the green flag drops and all of those cars hit that starting line, and the engine, the speed, the adrenaline rush of that is sort of indescribable. The last experience that I had that's comparable to that is playing in the 1986 Super Bowl and being out at the center of the field for the coin toss and watching 5 F-15s fly overhead. I was so excited by watching NASCAR and the racers and everything that, who knows, I may get involved in this thing one day. You just never know.
Personal Profile, where NASCAR's personalities come to life. Darrell Waltrip. After 30 years of racing and 84 victories, he's still going strong, and his accomplishments will stand the test of time. Darrell is known as the ambassador of NASCAR, a man of many words and heartfelt emotions. Darrell sums up his career with this poignant and sincere interview while qualifying at the Pepsi 500.
When I was 12 years old and I was living in Owensboro, Kentucky, and I was racing my go-kart, I assumed I would probably end up racing in Indy. So I had some friends that lived in Owensboro there that were stock car fans. They took me to a race in Nashville, Tennessee, actually, a Winston Cup race at the time in 1965, I think it was. And we sat in the old wooden grandstands at the fairgrounds, and they gave me they said we have an extra ticket, and when I got there I found out why, because it was right behind a post, and so I had to hang on to a post all night long and watch the race from one side of the post to the other. But nonetheless, I really was intrigued with stock cars, and that's really when I started to look at myself and say, maybe someday I'll be a stock car driver more than likely an Indy car driver. And I realized that that was a easier thing for me to get into than ever getting into Indy cars, because that took a lot of money and I didn't have any money. So, and I could build a stock car and I couldn't build an Indy car, so that made that pretty easy too. I'm a purist, and I believe that racing is an art. I believe that a good race car driver is a thing of beauty. To see a driver manipulate, orchestrate, finesse, anticipate, all the things that goes through your mind at 180 miles an hour. You think about all kinds of things that have happened to you in 30 years, and most of them are car related. Motor blows up, flat tires, car doesn't handle. So that's where your focus is from it. Right when you fire that engine, it fires up, you roll off, they drop the green flag, and those first couple of laps are real tense because you're not sure if the car is going to be good or not. All of a sudden the car is, boy, this thing's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. We're going to be okay. Now that everything calms down, you get a focus, and now I can drive. I can just concentrate on my driving. When the day is over with, my vision of a race car driver is in victory circle, and his car doesn't have a scratch on it. That's the way you're supposed to race.
Out of Owensboro, Kentucky, a 12-time winner here at Bristol, Darrell Waltrip.
I think the thing I'm proudest of, or I think the thing that's important to me is I made a difference. My presence in this sport made a difference. That I didn't just go through here for 30 years unnoticed and was just a part of the show, as I always like to say. At one time I was the show.
His car
singing last night, smoke coming off his head.
Yeah,
Come on.
See this contraption right here? We need to find out what this is. Can somebody explain this to me?
Raceway cactus.
It's a raceway cactus?
Yeah, it's a diesel heater.
Called a salamander.
Oh my. Is that what that is? I thought it was a grill. Louisiana. See, that's what I thought. Some Cajuns would have something like this. So this is actually a heater. Have you guys ever set anybody on fire with this thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sam, what do you got going there? We're
going to have a low country boil.
Look at that.
There's potatoes. They're getting the rutabagas and turnips ready. Shrimp, sausage, crab legs.
You got enough for about maybe 10 of us? Now, how did you guys get your own bathroom?
We bought this unit. We attached it. It's got a pull-off valve just like a regular motor home. It works great.
Has anybody fallen off of this thing yet?
Yeah.
Look at the truck.
Oh, we got to go see this truck. Let's go take it. She's going to show me this truck. We'll be right over here. You know, those are real race tires there. Now, are you responsible for this?
Oh, yeah.
This actually isn't a functioning unit. It's a real live generator. You know you've snapped.
By the railroad. Wait by the tidal wave.
Do you mind if we look at your refrigerator?
Go ahead.
Okay. We're just trying to see what everybody's got here.
Milk and beer.
Milk and beer, that's all you need. Tony Stewart fan, huh? What about you, sir? Are you with the Tony Stewart line there?
Oh, I'll go along for her.
And we got you got some propane heaters here, and got the grill. Now that folds up, right? When you obviously can't cook when you're going down the road, right?
We tried it, but no.
Did this come out of the house? Where did they get this?
I have no idea.
You're afraid to ask, right?
Waiting by the railroad, y'all. That's on my second CD. Thank you, guys.
Dolores?
Chuck?
Dolores.
Chuck.
Oh, Dolores.
Chuck.
Dolores.
So beautiful together.
Dolores.
Perfect for each other. Chuck. Chuck! We're breaking up!
Race fan, huh?
I love it. Bobby!
No additives in our tobacco does not mean a safer cigarette. Surgeon General's warning: quitting smoking now greatly reduces serious risks to your health.
That's all for this volume of Full Access. See you next time. But for now, talk to us. Full Access Incorporated, P.O. Box 41533, Nashville, Tennessee 37204. Or send email to hello@fullaccess.com. You might want to drop by the web, www.fullaccess.com, for NASCAR Winston Cup news, a contest to win free tickets to races, and hot NASCAR collectibles. So we'll see you around the web or on the next volume of Full Access.